Stop killing our children. Shh. We don't care if you think you're rich. We love our children and the color of their skin, and we're getting tired of being called as the next of kin.
She's making this goofy-ass video because a black tanned he was primarily with white people or only white people. So the boat they were on had a mechanical issue and started taking on water around 4:30 p.m., prompting his friends to leave the island. His decision, what's being reported, is Wells chose to stay behind and planned to return later with another group of friends already on that island. And this is according to statements from a friend's mother. As of now, there's no signs of foul play. But here's what irritates me about this goofy video. For one, she's an actress. You can see she's acting. She's making a spectacle out of this. Saying idiotic, I'm going to use nice words, saying idiotic things.
Killing our children.
And here's my response to that. Shut up. There are about 25 black people. They're black people every single day. Essentially one every hour. And she's out here without any proof ranting about white people. You're goofy. Anyone hyping that video up is goofy. So the every hour that a black person, they're not saying anything. That is where black lives are actually being lost. That and our habits, heart disease, obesity, diabetes. It's not white people. Many of us don't want to actually look at the problem. We want to look at what makes us feel good or what's convenient to the narrative we want to believe in our heads. A bunch of black people sit around like this, waiting for something to happen. Oh, white people, they did something, Goofy, just goofy behavior. Just fiending for something that has to do with black and white people that they can cry racism about. While every single day...
This case is taking another turn. What I see on social media is extremely concerning. I have seen people already concluding like, oh, there is something wrong with this case. Some say, why is it that the families of some people deleted their accounts on social media? One judge, I think she's a judge, she just released a statement, and this has triggered a lot of reactions on social media. I'm going to show you what she said. This guy took time to actually explain everything surrounding this. I will say this, we should not be quick into making conclusions. We should allow this to be investigated. If you take a look at what I'm saying, it's like people already know the end result of it.
Judge Ashley Cole, who is the mother of one of the boys who was last seen with Nolan Xavier Wells, has officially put out a statement. And she's essentially saying in this statement that the reason that she deleted her Facebook account was because she has other young children and she didn't want their pictures circulating the internet, and that she needed to protect her child and all of her children. She also says that she went to high school with Nolan's mother and that they grew up in the same community, and that her son loved Nolan dearly, and that the last time that her son saw Nolan was at 3 p.m. and the boat took off at about 4:30 because they were having some issues with water getting on the boat or something like that. She also shares that her son was under the impression that Nolan was getting on a boat to go back to mainland with some other friends. But again, the math is not mathing. I also think that it's interesting, this narrative about the boat having issues, because it felt like they had a lot of time to plan what they were going to say, because Nolan went missing on Saturday and we had not heard from the boys or their families until today, Wednesday. Now, if you recall, Katie McCormick, who was the girl who he was last seen with, says that she was under the impression that he got back on a boat with his friends. But what I think is strange is that nobody can account for the time lapse where either of them didn't see him anymore. Where did they go? Where was he with this girl? They were on an island, so where else could they have possibly been that his friends didn't see him, or she didn't see him not get on a boat? Something else that has happened that I find a bit strange is one of Nolan's friends had made a statement basically saying that one of the boys who Nolan was on the boat with is known to be using substances, which is not what I find strange. What I find strange is that he then went on to say that he thinks that Nolan may have been peer pressured into using substances while drinking and that something bad would have happened. My question is, if you've known your friend and he's not known to use substances and that person has always used substances, what would make you think that he was peer pressured into using substances on that day? In my personal opinion, I feel like everyone in the situation is making it hard to figure out where he was last actually seen, and that there's going to be some sort of narrative that comes to play about him potentially using substances and drowning or something of that nature. And I don't believe that. It's all giving me scam likely, and I can't understand.
Black people have got to stop hanging out with groups of white people.
Yes, I don't like the direction at which this is steering to. If you take a look at what this lady just said here, oh, black people should not hang out with white people. For what reason? I don't understand. Race is already coming in. Looking at this guy, from the explanation the judge actually put out pertaining to her son, they are saying it doesn't match up. Oh, there is something, pertaining to what she said. They don't just believe anything that is coming out of this. Like I said, they should allow this investigation to go on smoothly without all this. It is uncalled for.
Autopsies done on black children in America where foul play is presumed to be involved is exactly how this country look at black Americans. Autopsies done on black children where there's presumed to be foul play involved in America is exactly how this country look at black kids. Now they saying that Nolan Wells is presumed to be no foul play involved. Now that was quick, number one. Number two, in all of this right here, his family got smart and they said, you know what? We're going to do our own investigation, which as they should. Now, Jackson Sheriff's Department or whatever, they trying to act like, oh, it was no foul play involved. Maybe he just drowned or whatever. At the end of the day, we have to stay on this story, and this is why I say it's so important.
Yes, I have seen this over and over. When something happens, people don't wait to actually know the truth. They just draw conclusions. They start, taking side without knowing what actually went wrong. If you take a look at what TMZ posted, Nolan Wills, the detective, haven't found any evidence of crime. Serafio shared this. It's funny that TMZ called this an exclusive. We already knew this. If they found something, they would have said something. It is still an ongoing investigation. TMZ already thinks I'm the owner of the podcast. At some point, investigations is still going. When I see things like this being put out by TMZ, it already tells you they're already treating toward a narrative, which to me is concerning.
There are rumors out there that Christine Wansley has saw Nolan's body, and that is a lie. Y'all got to stop lying on this family. They're going through shit. According to Ben Crump, Nolan Wells' mother has not seen or identified her son's body. There was an autopsy that was performed Tuesday in Mississippi, but now his body is being shipped to Washington, D.C. for an independent autopsy. And this is the reason why.
It's an alleged argument, and people say that was over things about he was being very clear to not have anything to do with anything that might get in his system, because he knew he had his big workout coming on Monday. And so that's why they're like, just not accepting any of this.
Yes, you heard right. According to Ben Crump, Nolan did not drink. His family said he was avoiding substances because he had a workout on Monday.
Yes, I believe you've seen the direction at which this case is going. I'll be following this up, updating you, showing you what exactly is going on. I want to appreciate people who constantly support, share out my videos. God bless you abundantly. If you notice, for almost 1 week and a half, YouTube don't recommend videos on this channel, and I don't know what exactly is going on. We will continue to update you, share what is happening in around you. I'm begging on you, please hit the videos and share out. It will do you no harm if you do that. God bless you abundantly.